everybody, welcome to Life at Sunny Lee with Kathy Jarvis. Right now I'm enjoying one of the favorite times of the day, and that is my morning routine of sitting out on the porch while the weather's still good with my puppy, drinking something either hot or cold depending upon how the weather is in the morning, and planning my day and thinking about what I'm going to do for the day and what I want to do. Do a little meditation, do a little studying, and just relaxing and looking around and enjoying the things that God has given us and the wonderful day that He's created for us. Enjoying watching the corn grow. It's something amazing to me to watch something that's come from a little seed and grow into a tall plant that produces food for us. I think that's why I love the gardening and stuff. But it's been a busy week again. Saturday we went to the state fair, and then we came home in time to do one loop around the Scuba Loop, which is an annual thing in our town in August, where everybody gets in their cars and they drive around the block a few times. And the people watch, it's kind of like a parade. People sit and watch, but they bring out their chairs downtown and sit around, and they watch the cars go by and talk to their friends and just have a pretty good time.
Here's that SRT rod that was at Enterprise.
That's why people want to say it. I think he's turning on.
But like I said, we only made one loop because it was late and we had to get home and to get the animals taken care of. And then Of course, Sunday we went to church and kind of relaxed on Sunday afternoon. We went shopping, got the groceries and stuff. Monday we went up and saw our son in Franklin. And Tuesday I was busy back in the garden with finally getting a few green beans. Didn't get many. I got enough for supper that night and enough to put 2 pints away in the freezer. And hopefully I will hopefully we'll be able to go out there today and get some more green beans and put those in the freezer. And he cut the grass, and we're working on that old shop, getting it cleaned out. He's just finished cleaning the top of it, taking a break because he found a couple of snakes up there on the top in the attic area. So we're hoping that they decide to mosey on now that they don't have a cover and don't have any junk to call their home. So he's went to get some gas, and then we're going to be loading up the truck with the wood to either dispose of, or we'll go through it, and all that's not any good we'll get rid of, and that which is good we'll put in another storage building that we have. So that is our plan for today. I'm hoping to get into the garden and start weeding a little bit. Just because it's the end of the garden season almost, of the summer garden, doesn't mean that you can let the weeds take over. Now's the time to pull up any dead plants that have died out, remove the weeds, and actually either plant your fall garden or start putting the garden to bed for the winter, whichever one you decide to do. I got vouchers for 3 more of the cats, and these will be the last 3 of the cats that we have in our colony, our community colony that hangs out around here. I do have another one that I'm feeding, but I'm not for sure. The way he acts, I'm thinking he might already be fixed. So we're keeping him till last, and then we'll probably take him to the vet and see if the vet can tell, because I can't tell. I really can't. When they neuter the cats, they usually leave the sack, so you can't just look at them from a distance and to see if they've been neutered or not. So he's going to have a touchy-feely exam, and I don't know exactly what I'm touchy-feeling, so I think I'll leave that to the vet. Anyway, we've got one cat in the crate right now on the side porch. It's a female. It's in a high crate, which means it's up on top of another crate, to keep her from getting pregnant before she gets spaded. And she's the last of the females in this particular group of cats that I'm feeding, which will be nice. It means we're finally got this colony stabilized, because I don't think we're going to have any more females. They usually don't turn up. The males usually turn up as strays, and then we have a few, they have kittens, and the colony grows. So hopefully we've got this colony under control. Okay, these are the cats that I'm feeding. This is my cluster of chowder of cats. Got one inside there, one on top there, and this is the little girl that's scheduled to be spaded, which has to be in a little crate until she can get spayed. Now all these other ones are neutered except for maybe that one. He's the one that's in question. He's the one that just kind of showed up here about a month ago. Very tame, very friendly cat. But I'm not for sure if he's fixed or not. He doesn't act like a regular Tom. He gets along with all the other ones. He gets along with the dog and the other cats. And even the male that was hanging around here, he got along with that one too before he disappeared. So I'm not for sure if he's fixed or not. He'll have to be looked at probably to find out for sure. Anyway, those are the cats that we are feeding at this moment. We've got we got Spike, we got Butterscotch, Mama Cat, Peaches, Dexter, Princess. This one, he's scheduled to be neutered. Little Gray, Mitzi, Blue is supposed to be scheduled to be neutered also, and then Fluffy, and then Princess. That should be all 11 of them. Now, I will, as soon as they're done eating and go away, I'm going to leave Princess out to play a little bit, and I'll watch her very closely while she's playing for about a half hour. So, that is my routine with the cats. And this one, for some reason, thinks he should go in the house. He does this every time. I go in the door, he scratches at the door like that, wanting to come in also. He's my baby. That's Spike. Okay, this is the pile of junk that was in the top of the old shed. Quite a bit. Like I said, he said that he found 2, maybe 3 snakes up in there. He doesn't know what kind they were. They did not move when he pulled the boards off of them. So hopefully they will leave, and then we can start tearing this old shop down and prepare to get a new one. So that is, as you can tell, I don't know if you can see the rafters up there. They're pretty bad shape. That roof is all bad. So this poor shop has seen much better days. It's been a good one, but it's time to get something new. Alright, I'm out to feed the chickens and then work in the garden. Alright, while he was working on that pile of stuff he got out of the shop, I have been working in the garden. And there was a lot to do. I kind of let go a lot this summer. Basically trying to keep the weeds down in the beds themselves, and not really doing a lot of maintenance around things. So I did a little cleaning this afternoon. And this is my pile of stuff that I need to get rid of. Now my bucket garden, I finished harvesting it today. And if I had it in this space here, which was a problem because this tomato plant got out of the greenhouse and I didn't have enough room to walk in between. So I really did not get to weed the buckets like I should have, nor did I get to water them. So I pulled out the bucket garden and I'm changing the location. I'm putting it over here next to the garden shed on this side. Now I put pavers down on the ground. I got my shadow here. I put pavers down on the ground because where I had it before, I just had it on a tarp and it had sunk into the ground. And as you can look very closely, you'll see that some of my legs do not look as good as they should have because they were starting to rot. So I'm putting on this pavers, and I put 3 layers of landscape fabric underneath there. And I'm thinking about actually putting pavers on top of it or some gravel. Haven't decided which yet. I've got enough pavers, so I might just do that. And then I'm going to paint this for winter and then put the buckets back on. It holds 8 buckets. And the other thing I did was got rid of all the weeds between the greenhouse and the shed, and I marked out an area trying to decide if I want to repair this greenhouse or whether I want to buy another greenhouse like that one. Now the problem is it's going to cost at least $500 to $600 to repair this. And it's not anchored down into the ground except for anchors. So it's not really wind sturdy as far as a heavy wind. So I'm debating whether to, like I said, repair it or get another one like that. And if I do, it's going to come out to about where the buckets are, and they'll go to where the greenhouse is at right now, which means I have to move the compost bin, and I'm not for sure where I want to move it. The rest of these beds can remain if I want to, but I found that I really enjoy working in the greenhouse more than I do out here, and the plants are better, do better. There's more control over the watering, there's control over the feeding, and I can work in here day or night because of the lights, which is a big plus, and I don't have the mosquitoes to worry about. And that is one of the reasons why this did not get weeded as well as it should have, is because the mosquitoes are usually in July. They were not as bad this year as usual, but still. Anyway, I cleaned all this up and got the tomatoes under control. I got my peppers on this side. I got it all weeded. Got the back all situated, ready to start seed processing. I've collected some marigolds today. Now when you collect marigolds, make sure they're completely dry and brown when you collect them. You don't want to collect them when they're still green like this. Even though the flower has died down, this part is still green, which means seeds have not completely dried yet and they're not ready to be harvested. So I've harvested the marigold seeds today. I've got lots and lots of peppers here. These are my mildly hot. I really couldn't tell much when I bit into them as I'm being super hot or not. They're just kind of mild. They're kind of pleasant. And then of course I got plenty of little cherry tomatoes over here yet. So that's what I've done in there. And what I like about greenhouses is that when they're enclosed correctly and don't have the big gapping hole, you usually don't have much weeds to take care of. So that is a real plus for the greenhouse versus out here where you have weeds. Well, look at the poor okra. I haven't gotten in there to weed that for a week, and the weeds have gone crazy. Same thing with the strawberries. I can't even see the strawberries because of the weeds. So that's a plus on the greenhouse side. So it looks like I've got more green beans to harvest, which is good. They're finally coming on. My bush green beans did not do very well this year for some reason. I have a volunteer plant. I was wondering what it was going to be, and it turned out to be a cantaloupe. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that's going to be a good cantaloupe, whether it's going to be bitter or whether it's going to be sweet. We did the zucchinis. They're starting to come to an end. I've lost 2 of them out of this group, but that's not too bad. You can see I've got some to harvest. That's just about the right size. These need to go just another day. And we weeded the cabbage. And I have this net over, hoping to keep the cabbage worm out, but you can see it still managed to get in there. So I don't know if I'll have any cabbages or not. I'll just have to spray and hope for the best. So that is what I have been up to this week. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Like, share, subscribe. And thank you for watching. And remember, dream big, follow that dream, and get outside and work. things aren't getting easier, people. You need to prepare yourself. Put away food as much as you can. So remember, see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.